Yes.
Okay.
Sorry.
No, that's fine. We're doing all right. This is a call to order, LAFCO, Monterey County. Roll call, please.
Commissioner Alejo,
Present.
Commissioner Askew,
Present.
Commissioner Craig,
Here.
Commissioner Gorley,
Here.
Commissioner Leffel,
Here.
Commissioner Lopez,
Here.
Commissioner Oglesby,
Here.
Commissioner Poitras,
Here.
Commissioner Snodgrass,
Here.
Commissioner Stevens,
Here.
Commissioner Velasquez.
Here.
Thank you. All are present. Thank you. We have a quorum.
Thank you. I should have said this is Monday, March 22nd, 2021, our 4 p.m. meeting. I would ask Director Velasquez to lead some pledge of allegiance, if she would, please.
Thank you. We'll stand. I pledge allegiance
Allegiance to the
to the
flag
flag of the
of the
United
United States of America and to the
and
republic
for which it stands,
stands one nation
under God,
under God,
indivisible,
indivisible, with liberty
with
and justice
liberty
for all.
and justice for all.
Thank you. Next, we'll go to public comment. Anyone may address the commission on items not on our agenda. If you want to talk about items on our agenda, please wait to the agenda item. Public comment is not open.
Chair, currently there are no hands raised.
Okay, if you don't hear any, then that's good. We will give them a few more seconds. Public comment remains open. Seeing no hands, hearing no one, public comment is now closed. Next, we'll go into our consent agenda. Consent agenda number 1 is approved draft minutes from February 22nd, 2021. Item number 2, accept notes from the February 5th, 2021 Budget and Finance Committee meeting. Item number 3, approve warrant registered for the month of February 2021. Item number 4, adopt resolution to update the job specifications for the clerk to the commission's position. Specifications for the clerk to the commission's position. 5, accept report on activities of the California Association of Local Agency Formation Commission, LAFCO. That concludes the reading of consent agenda. If there's any director want to remove something from the consent agenda?
Yeah, Mr. Chair, on item 1, page 13, Commission Communications. Last month, I was probably a little premature in my announcement about having a conversation with a representative of Cal-Am, but I should correct the timing. It was from 10 o'clock in the morning to 10:28, not 10:08. It's a minor correction, but if I'm going to be open about it, that's how long it took.
Okay, that's, all right. Anyone else want to, okay, anyone from the public want to pull something off the consent agenda? Bringing it back, what is the?
I'll
will
move
of
the
commission?
consent. I'll make a motion.
Second.
Seconds.
Let's see if Gail got him. You got him? Gail, who made him?
Was it Commissioner Gorley made the motion?
Yes.
And
Who's second?
Mary Ann, did you second?
Craig seconded.
Craig, okay.
It's been probably moved in second on the question. Any questions?
Is
No
that,
questions?
is,
Right.
is that a clarification that it's a first and a second with the approval that Mr. Poitras put in?
Yes, yes, his was a minor change, so.
Okay.
Yeah, with the corrections to the minutes. It was properly second, moved in second. All those on favor use the regular sign of voting, which is aye. It's a roll call vote.
Commissioner Alejo,
Aye.
Commissioner Craig,
Aye.
Commissioner Gorley,
Aye.
Commissioner Leffel,
Yes.
Commissioner Lopez,
Aye.
Commissioner Oglesby,
Aye.
Commissioner Poitras, Commissioner Poitras, Commissioner Poitras. Maybe we lost him. Commissioner Poitras.
Yes, I'm sorry.
Oh, that's okay.
My dog was barking.
Just looking for your vote on the
Yes,
consent agenda.
I thought I said yes before I left, but I had to go
Okay.
quiet
Thank
my
you.
dog.
Okay, all eyes with a correction. Thank you.
Okay, thank you. Next, we'll go to item number 6, which is our public hearing. 6, conduct a public hearing to consider the Carmel Area Wastewater District MSR SOI study and sphere influence and annexation proposal. We will open up the public hearing. Go ahead, Kate, Executive Director.
Thank you, Chair Oglesby, members of the commission. This report will be presented today by Darren McCain, our principal.
Thank you, Kate, and good afternoon, Honorable Chair and members of the commission. I just have a few slides to share with you today, so if you'll give me a moment, I will go ahead and kick off the slideshow.
And Darren, while you're doing that, Chair, it looks like there's an 831, last 3 numbers 484. Someone's on their phone and they're not muted, and I'm getting feedback. So if someone could mute that phone, that'd be helpful.
Jonathan?
Okay, can folks see the slides up on the screen?
Yes.
Great. Again, thank you. And in your packet today, you have an executive officer's report, 3 attachments. Number 1 is the recommended draft resolution recommending approval of this proposal, along with some detailed map exhibits attached there. Attachment 2 is the Municipal Service Review and Sphere of Influence Study, or MSR, and that's a public review draft. And attachment 3 is environmental clearance documentation done by the district pursuant to CEQA, and that was provided to you via hyperlink to a posting on our website. Okay. Carmel Area Wastewater District has existed since 1908. They are a full-service, comprehensive wastewater treatment and recycled water district. They collect and treat wastewater to very high tertiary standards and turn around and take that water that's produced and use it as recycled water for landscape irrigation. And the photo there just shows their treatment plant there on Highway 1, just a little bit past Rio Road as you're headed south. This proposal was initiated by the district in October 2020. It includes just a little over 700 parcels on 925 acres, which is about 1.45 square miles, in 4 separate areas. Got this Mid-Valley area over here shown as Area 1, an area centered on Carmel Valley Manor. Area 2 is this large one single family residential parcel called the Larson property here, right next to Point Lobos. Area 3 is a section of Carmel Highlands centered on Corona Road. And Area 4, as we work our way south, is a southern part of Carmel Highlands and the Yankee Point area. These are areas where district services are most likely to be needed and wanted in the foreseeable future. And this proposal, I would just point out, builds on a prior expansion of the district that was done in 2016, not quite 5 years ago, is when this area here, hopefully you can see my cursor, but an area around Rancho Cañada, Pacific Meadows, September Ranch, Quail Lodge Homes, and Quail Meadows, and some other parcels in that area were all added to the district in 2016. That was about 942 parcels at that time. Our LAFCO staff's evaluation of this proposal is mostly contained in the attached draft municipal service review and sphere of influence study, attachment 2 in your packet. These MSRs are a requirement of state law under the CKH Act, and they are adopted periodically for all cities and special districts in Monterey County, adopted by LAFCO. A sphere of influence, and this is all pursuant to state law, a sphere of influence is defined as a plan for the probable physical boundaries and service area of a local agency. These MSRs and sphere studies are done approximately every 5 years. And by done, I mean updated and reviewed and updated. And in order to prepare and to update an agency's sphere, the commission shall conduct a review of the agency's services. And again, our most recent MSR for this district was done in 2016 in conjunction with that expansion that was done at that time. The study before you in your packet includes and is prepared based on the proposed expansion of the district. The primary discussion sections include population and growth, capacity of facilities and adequacy of public services and infrastructure needs, financial ability of the district, and accountability for community service needs. The study's conclusions, and we're excerpting here from the executive summary. The main conclusions are that the district has adequate capacity to meet existing and projected future wastewater service needs. The district's finances are stable and responsibly managed, and the district's proposal is an appropriate expansion of its sphere of influence and boundaries. And the recommended written determinations as required by the CKH Act are presented on pages 10 and 11 of the study. We're actually getting pretty close to our final recommendation here, but I just wanted to pause for a moment and say a few words about our process. As I mentioned, it began in October 2020 when we received the application, referred it out to local agencies that overlap with the proposal area. We didn't receive too many comments, but we did receive a very informative and helpful letter of support from the Environmental Health Bureau. And I know we have Mr. Roger Van Horn here present on the meeting. So I'd like to thank him for his agency's supportiveness of this proposal as we've been getting the discussions going with the district over the last year or so. I'd also like to mention that COD, the district staff and board of directors, held a public information session last month as part of a regular district meeting. The district staff really worked hard to develop some informational materials and get notification out to the public for that meeting. I think it worked very well as a great way of getting people answers to their questions and getting them information that they need to understand this proposal earlier on in the process prior to our public hearing today. So I thought that was very helpful and constructive. And also just wanted to mention, I know we discussed this in our staff report, but public notice for this project or this proposal for the meeting here today really did go above and beyond because of the large number of parcels and residents involved. Our public requirements, our legal requirements for noticing our obligations under the CKH Act were met by a legal notice that was published in the Carmel Pinecone last month. But just as a good practice, we thought it would be appropriate to, in addition to the legal notification in the newspaper, we went ahead and sent out mailed notice to all of the property owners who were involved in this annexation, all 4 of the annexation areas. So with that said, as we mentioned in the staff report, our legal obligations for public noticing have been met and exceeded with this proposal. In terms of next steps, after today's meeting, as discussed in the executive officer's report, again, on page 5, we have a legal requirement for a reconsideration period that goes for 30 days following today, if this proposal is approved today. In addition, we have some conditions of approval that are presented on page 4 of the resolution under number 11. These are pretty standard, very standard conditions of approval that we have shared with the applicant, Carmel Area Wastewater District staff in the last week or so. These include pre-clearance by the U.S. Department of Justice, which is required for boundary changes here in Monterey County. Acceptance by the State Board of Equalization of maps and geographic text descriptions to accompany those maps that are being prepared. Payment of the BOE's mapping fees and indemnification of LAFCO. These are all, again, standard conditions of approval that we have included in the resolution before you today. Lastly, just wanted to mention, we have a little more information on this on the next page, but as part of the recommendation before you today, we are recommending that April 26th, Monday the 26th at 4 o'clock be set as the protest hearing, the required protest hearing for this proposal. And basically the purpose there is to consider any written protests that may be filed after a boundary change approval by the commission. Having said all that, the recommended action before you today is approval of the draft resolution, which is attachment 1 to this item. The draft resolution finds the MSR and sphere study exempt from CEQA. The draft resolution would approve the study, consider the district's mitigated neg deck that was prepared last year for this proposal. Continuing on, this resolution would approve the district's sphere and annexation proposal and authorize Monday the 26th as the conducting authority proceedings, also known as the protest hearing for this annexation, as we discussed. Final note that does bring us to the end of my slides for today. I just would like to mention and really thank the district staff, particularly Rochelle Lather and Barbara Bukema from the district, as well as their consultants, Denise Duffy and Robin Simpson from Denise Duffy and Associates. I'd like to thank Roger Van Horn from Environmental Health Bureau of County of Monterey for coordinating with us. And I see that we have some folks here today, it looks like from Carmel Valley Manor, representing the manor, and they've been, the manor has been really one of the main driving forces for having this proposal come together and be before you today. So with that, Mr. Chair, I'll hand it back over to you, and should the commissioners or public have questions, I'll do my best to answer them. Thank you.
Thank you, Jonathan. Any questions from the commissioners? Seeing no questions, hearing no questions from the commissioners, we'll open up this public hearing. We will have public comment. Public comment is now open. Do you have anybody, Jonathan?
No hands are raised, Chair.
Okay, thank you. Okay, no hands raised, no written communications. Okay, I said Jonathan, but I meant Darren. Thank you for the presentation, Darren. If there's no one from the public at this time wanting to speak, we will close public comment. Bring it back to the commission. Any questions or comments from the commission? If the commission is ready to move the amendments, we can move a motion.
I'll move approval.
Second by Craig.
Okay, it's been properly moved and seconded that we consider the resolution, and we will pass staff recommendations of A, B, C, D, and E. There's on the question, roll call vote.
Roll call vote. Supervisor Alejo,
Aye.
Mayor Craig,
Aye.
Commissioner Gorley,
Aye.
Supervisor Lopez,
Aye.
Commissioner Leffel,
Yes.
Commissioner Oglesby,
Aye.
Commissioner Poitras,
Yes.
all ayes. Motion passes. Thank you.
Thank you. Now we go to item number 7, which is conduct a public hearing to consider the draft annual work plan for fiscal year 2021 and 2022. Executive Director McKinnon.
I believe you're muted there.
Kate, are you muted?
Okay, there. Sorry about that. You would think after a year.
That's fine.
This item is addressed as agenda item number 7 in your packet. It consists of the proposed work program for the coming fiscal year that begins on July 1st. Under state law, the commission every spring reviews and considers a work program and a companion budget. So this item has been reviewed and is recommended for approval by your Budget and Finance Committee. The committee considered this item about a month ago. We have a challenging and very busy year ahead. Some of the highlights of the anticipated work include major expansion plans from the cities of Soledad and Gonzales. Also, we have recently received an application from the Monterey Peninsula Water Management District. We expect to be receiving applications for annexation activity in the former Fort Ord area for Marina Coast Water District. Also, we expect an expansion of the Mission Soledad Fire Protection District, or at least an application for that. That would embrace the Paraiso Springs project and potentially some other areas in South Monterey County. In addition, LAFCO will be providing and preparing some supporting studies for some of those applications. Your LAFCO staff will be engaged in municipal service review and sphere of influence studies on behalf of the cities of Soledad and Gonzales, and also for the Monterey Peninsula Water Management District. That district is seeking an activation of its latent powers and minor expansion of its boundaries. In addition, the Budget and Finance Committee had expressed interest in education and more understanding of water supply and delivery issues in Monterey County. And as a step towards that, the proposed work program does include one or more study sessions that would be organized by your LAFCO staff and presented at LAFCO meetings, either in workshop or study session format, so that staff, commissioners, and general public get a better sense of, a more complete sense of some of the issues surrounding the applications that our commission will be considering, not just this year, but in future years. So those are highlights of the activities coming up. And if any of the Budget and Finance Committee members have any comments, this would be, I'd appreciate you letting us know. The recommended action is adoption of the resolution that is attached to the staff report. And that resolution is would be adoption of this work program following the public hearing. That completes my staff report. I'm here for any questions you may have.
Thank you, Kate. Any questions from the commissioners?
Chair Oglesby, I'll speak on behalf of the Budget Finance Committee, if I might. I think that we wanted to make sure that the staff felt comfortable with the volume of work that it looks like they're going to have for this coming year. After we've had at least 2 years where every month it's like something's coming. It looks like it's all coming this next few months. So it was really important to us that we understand with staff that there's enough capacity to handle it. And we want staff to know that as commissioners, we feel very strongly that if we need to find outside consultants to help, that's important too, and not to delay processes because we don't have the staff to handle it. So with that, the Budget and Finance Committee gave an approval of this coming forward.
Anyone else? Okay, we'll take it out to public. Public hearing is now open. Public comment is now open.
Chair Oglesby, no hands are raised.
Okay, we'll give them a few more seconds. Hearing no one, seeing no hands, public comment is now closed. What is the will of the commission on adopting the resolution for this annual work program?
I move that we adopt the work plan as presented.
I'll second.
I'll second.
I think
I'll
that was
second.
I think that was Supervisor Alejo that came in second.
Okay.
On the second. Came in first on the second.
Got it.
On the question. No questions, roll call vote.
Roll call vote. Commissioner Alejo,
Aye.
Commissioner Craig,
Aye.
Commissioner Gorley,
Aye.
Commissioner Lopez,
Aye.
Commissioner Leffel,
Yes.
Commissioner Oglesby,
Aye.
Commissioner Poitras,
Yes.
all ayes. Motion passes. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Item number 8, conduct a public hearing to consider a proposed COVID-19 reduced annual budget. Executive Director Kenna. Kenna.
Thank you again, Chair Oglesby. This item has also been reviewed and is recommended for approval by your Budget and Finance Committee. This is the first of 2 hearings that are required under the Cortese-Knox-Hertzberg Act each spring before the Commission can adopt a final budget. Today's recommended action is that you receive this report, you open and close the public hearing, and adopt the budget as a first hearing, but then it will officially be sent out for review and comment by all of our local agencies, and then brought back to you next month, April 26th, for a final hearing and adoption. We are going into the second year of the pandemic, and given that circumstance, your Budget and Finance Committee and staff believed that it was very important to work hard and control the costs. As a result, the proposed budget that you have before you is an 8% reduction from the current year budget. And the current year budget is also a reduction from the prior year. So we are on a curve here to hold costs flat for our cities, the independent special districts, and the County of Monterey that contribute each year to this LAFCO budget. Following discussions with our Budget and Finance Committee, we believe that the current staffing level of 4 full-time positions is is reasonable to accomplish the essential components of the work program that you just considered. If necessary, we will be, if there are any staffing reductions, then we will request professional consultant assistance and probably request that that be funded outside of this line item budget out of savings. And that would be brought back as a separate matter to the commission. And so at this time, if any of our if the chair of the Budget and Finance Committee has comments, that would be welcome. And then Chair, please, we're recommending that you conduct the hearing and proceed from there. Thank you.
Thank you. Again, wonderful presentation. Any comments from the Board of Directors? Go ahead,
Mr.
Mary.
Again, I think the Budget and Finance Committee went through this pretty thoroughly with staff. We made a couple of changes while we were in committee, and we feel very comfortable with this as presented. And I think the notation that if we need to bring in extra help, some of it may in part be funded by the applicants so that it will not be totally out of the LAFCO budget. And we may have to dip into our reserves, but we can take that as it comes. So it was a 100% recommendation from Budget and Finance.
Thank you. Any other commissioners? We will open
Mrs.
up.
Lopez just will confirm and support what Mary Ann has put forward as well. Thank you.
Thank you so much for adding that, Supervisor. We'll take it to the public, open up public hearing. Public hearing is now open. Public comment is now open.
Chair Oglesby, no hands are raised.
Thank you. We'll give them a few more seconds. Hearing no one except Mary Ann. Seeing no hands, public comment is closed. Are there any other questions or follow-up discussions from commissioners? Thank you. We are now ready to accept a motion for approving the proposed budget, ordering the executive director to distribute it to the county, cities, and independent districts for review and comments, and bringing it back here on the April 26, 2021 for a second and final reading and adoption.
So moved.
Second.
Probably moved by Commissioner LAFCO, and I didn't get the second one.
Commissioner
Wait,
Poitras.
Sound like Commissioner Poitras. So it's been probably moved in second. On the question? No questions, roll call vote.
Roll call vote. Commissioner Alejo,
Aye.
Commissioner Craig,
Aye.
Commissioner Lopez,
Aye.
Commissioner Gorley,
Aye.
Commissioner Leffel,
Yes.
Commissioner Oglesby,
Aye.
Commissioner Poitras.
Yes.
All ayes. Thank you.
Thank you. Now we're to the Executive Officer Communications, Executive Director McKenna.
Yes, thank you. I did want to report on a town hall meeting that's being organized by Commissioner Wendy Root Askew, and an update on that is that potentially that town hall meeting for East Garrison residents will be held in May rather than April. Thank you.
Thank you so much for the update. Commissioners communication, any comments from our commissioners? I see Supervisor Askew, go ahead.
No, thank you. I just wanted to thank Kate McKenna and the team at LAFCO for helping us navigate what is turning out to be a fairly complex issue at East Garrison. So I'm sure that we've got all of our greatest minds at the table to figure it out, but we really value having LAFCO's guidance on this particular item. So thank you, Kate.
Thank you. You're welcome.
Anyone else? If there's no one else, we'll move into our closed session. Our commission attorney will read us into closed session, item number 10.
Thank you, Chair Oglesby. We have two items for closed session today. The first is pursuant to Government Code Section 54956.9D2, and the commission will confirm with legal counsel regarding one matter of significant exposure to litigation. And our second item is pursuant to Government Code 54956.9D1, and it's so the commission can confer with legal counsel regarding existing litigation, and it's the California Native Plant Society versus Fort Ord Reuse Authority case.
Okay, thank you. We will open up public comment on our closed session items. Public comment is now open on our closed session items.
Chair, no hands are raised.
Okay, we'll give them a few more seconds. Hearing no one, seeing no one, our public comment on our closed session items is closed. We will now move into closed session.
And, oh, there we go.
There we go.
Oh, are you guys still in closed